Hey guys, how you doing there? This is Joe, and today I'm back with more Cosmochoria. And I wasn't originally going to play it this week, but there's actually been a really big update that kind of incorporates 3 brand new bosses. That's right, 3 new bosses. And they're very far in late game, and we're going to see our first one here. And I'm not going to show you like my full playthrough because it took me like two hours and a half or something ridiculous. I got a pretty high score by the end of it, but we're going to get our first look at the first new boss here. And apparently this is the Super Ultimate Angry Death Master 9000, and it's kind of weird how this spawns. It honestly comes out of the ground raging with this close-up angle, and I'm not sure that crab was meant to be there. I don't know, it kind of just got in the way a little bit. And but the thing is about the Super Ultimate Angry Death Master is that it literally took 1 shot to kill. So don't really get it. I think it was like kind of like a joke boss or something. I guess it just like only takes 1 hit. It's kind of got this really badass name and this really angry vibe going on, and then you kind of shoot it once and you killed the boss, I guess. So that was the first boss, and yeah, up next we're going to take a look at the second one. And this one is actually Big Al, apparently. And this one is actually based on a drawing. And I believe these characters are kind of all influenced by backers of the Kickstarter who kind of had a hand in creating them. And this is Big Al. And as you can see, we've got this giant body, and it kind of opens up with these kind of teeth. And the thing is about Big Al is it like completely shakes the screen every time it jumps up and down. I guess because it's so big, and it's got this really kind of giraffe-like pencil neck, and it's kind of got a human look to it, you know. But I guess it's not very human with those giant teeth in its gut. So yeah, this is actually one of the more difficult boss battles I had to do. The game was getting really hard at this point. As you can see, I'm on 36 planets, and obviously the more planets you go through, the harder the enemies are, and the more of them kind of come to try and kill you. So there's so many enemies, there's so much going on. Those eyeballs that plant those bombs, man, they are the fucking worst. It's like literally at the point now where like it's spawning like 5 of them at once or something ridiculous. And my health is actually not too bad. It's kind of just above halfway, it looks like at this point, but that's going to get depleted very soon. And you'll also notice I've got the kind of a pet egg on the planet there, but I actually tried to look for a planet for that egg, but I couldn't find one. So I'm trying to figure out the best strategy to take our Big Al here, kind of floating around the outskirts and kind of shooting at him. I'm using the homing blaster for all of these, by the way, but trouble is I think my homing blaster is like not very leveled up here at all, so I'm not doing the most damage and it's not being as fast as it could be. So yeah, I'm just trying to kind of shoot at Big Al, just to try and drain that health. And yeah, as you can see, I'm just going to kind of float around the outside. And here I'm actually trying to take out these flashing spaceships just so I can get like an upgrade and get a better weapon, because at this rate he's going to kill me before I kill him. So I'm just going to kind of go ahead and try and beat the guy. And obviously you can see all of the enemies. There's like literally so many. Like, it's crazy how many there are. But I guess Big Al's kind of like a bullet sponge in this sense. You just kind of need to kind of keep shooting at him. And here I'm just like on the ground. I'm just like trying to see if I can get some... Like, I'm trying to see if I can kill him before he can kill me. And it's not really going too well. And you're going to see me kind of start to think of another plan here in a second, because look how low my health is now. And I accidentally clicked on the damn egg, and I thought, screw it, let's eat it anyway. And I actually thought the egg kind of replenished your health fully. Like, I honestly thought eating the egg instead of hatching it kind of gave you full health. I don't know if that was the case before in the past, maybe I'm just remembering it wrong, but it doesn't now. It only kind of gives you a little bit. So that kind of, I was like, shit. But I was like kind of banking on that to kind of get through this, and it still didn't really heal me too much, so never mind. And yeah, I've got kind of Big Al jumping around. I'm trying to keep my distance because he does fire these lasers at you, but I think the most damage is kind of when you stand next to him, so you've got to try and kind of orbit around Big Al and try and take him out that way, I guess. Not really much else you can do. And especially when you've got look at all the shit spawning, it gets insane. And every time you break the atmosphere, you're just spawning more enemies because the robotic toasters, you know, they always try and kill you, and they spawn every time you kind of leave a planet. So many arrows on the screen, like I just don't even know what to do anymore. And I honestly didn't think I was actually going to be able to do it, but if you keep watching, we're going to see how I do this. And his health is like a lot bigger than mine is at this point. Like in the bottom left hand corner, it's like almost at the end of it. And I definitely do not want to fly out of the edge there, so I'm just trying to clear up a few of these enemies, like hoping my homing blaster can kind of get some aim on them and take them out. Man, this is like pretty late in the game, 36 planets, you know, the enemies show no mercy at this point. And it gets even worse, like there's this, and I'm not even using any artifacts here. Obviously the artifact system is kind of the objects you kind of find throughout the galaxy. You can take them to the bearded man and you can kind of enable them from the start screen. And they kind of just modifies for the game. Some make the game more difficult, some make the game easier. I've kind of got a few at this point, but I didn't decide to use any. And as you can see, I kind of like drifted to another planet here, and that's when I realised that Big Al actually follows you to different planets, and I thought, oh nice. And like usual, when I play this game, I usually have like a central hub that's lined with like turrets and things like that, and this is it. It's kind of the one with all the portals on and stuff. I kind of usually just plant down like loads of like bases on there and all that kind of stuff. And every time I've got like a big challenge, and I kind of lure them all to this planet and try and kill them. But it didn't look like Big Al was going to come to this planet, so I was kind of waiting for him to show up like he showed up at the planet I was on before. But it doesn't look like he's going to come, so unfortunately I'm just trying to kind of fire off into the distance and clear a few of these enemies, and my health is still low. I've not been able to land onto a planet and get my health up. And the enemies aren't going to stop coming. And for some reason it seems like Big Al's music does not work. I don't know if Nate just hasn't gave him music yet, or there's some kind of error. But I couldn't hear any. So apologies for the silence. And yeah, I'm still kind of chilling out. Nothing's going to happen here. Like I'm being attacked by all these eyeballs, all these random spike bombs. So I kind of realised that maybe I have to go find Big Al at this point. And this is actually a really long boss battle. It's probably one of the longest boss battles I've ever had in the game, to be honest. But it's probably what is to blame is how little health I had going into it, and the fact that my gun wasn't really upgraded. Or if it was, it got quickly depleted by Big Al jumping on me. But I noticed that Big Al's actually on this planet, so I'll come to this planet to try and get my health up. And as you can see, I'm getting health from this planet, and Big Al is jumping on me at the same time, but it's kind of counteracting each other, so the health upgrade is kind of allowing me not to get killed by him, so I'm just going to stand under him and spam him with bullets at this point. And once it's kind of like lured out, I'm going to try and fly to the other planet. He doesn't want to follow me to the planet there. Maybe he doesn't like planets with like loads of turrets on, or maybe he just doesn't like the warps or something. So I'm just going to try and shoot him from a distance here and see if I can take him out, because even though I got the health upgrade, he was jumping on me at the same time, so my health has kind of stayed the same, but at least I took some of his health down. So at this point I'm going to kind of hover and kind of fire my homing blaster into his direction. Doesn't look like it's really doing much though. I might have to get a little bit closer here if I want to take him out. So again, I've got these eyeballs. But luckily my turrets are taking care of the eyeballs. Like all the basic enemies being taken care of by the planet there, that's kind of lined with upgrades. But something went wrong here, man. Look at all those fucking spike bombs, and there's like they're right in the centre as well. There's just so much going on. I don't even know. I must have spawned so many of them on going to the different planets maybe. But I'm going to try and get Big Al here, and there it is. Take him out with the homing blaster. And of course, I want that stone. The checkpoints, that's going to allow me to spawn here from the weapon upgrade screen. And there we are, that was Big Al, the second boss. And here we go, the third boss, the Blue Wizard. Now this guy's a badass, probably my favourite boss of the three. Look at him, it's so cool. He's got like a skull stick and everything. He's got a wizard hat, and I guess his gimmick is that he kind of like teleports, like, and he can be invisible whilst he teleports. So you got to try and figure out where he's going to be and avoid this kind of like barrage of like flames which is kind of raining upon you. And yeah, I'm really digging this boss, and this is definitely a boss I think where you might have to kind of like fly around with your jetpack to try and take him out. Maybe you could like lure him to a planet with a bunch of turrets on, maybe that would do the job as well. But look at him, he just like follows you, he stalks you, invisible. And like does these crazy poses and like throws like fireballs at you, and kind of just disappears like the invisible wizard, I guess. But not too bad. His flames don't really do too much damage, so you can kind of avoid them. If your health's like in a good spot, you can probably kind of just wait him out and just keep spamming him with your bullets, especially when you've got a fully upgraded homing blaster, which I think I have here. And the funny thing about this one is that I actually died after the second boss. After fighting Big Al, I died not long after, so I kind of had to reload the checkpoint and jump back in and come and find this boss. So luckily the checkpoint system now allows me to come to bosses and kill them very quickly. And yeah, unfortunately my score was gone, but I did get my highest score on the last one, so that's good. I got like 800,000 or something. But here we go, we got all of the diamonds, and we've got the time stone, so we've got a checkpoint, taking out the third boss, and there we are. That is the 3 new bosses, and yeah, the Super Ultimate Angry Deathmaster, 9000, Big Al, and the Blue Wizard, all taken down. Unfortunately not in the same game, but the first 2 were, so that was a pretty good game actually. Very long though. I'm probably going to stream this. I think this game's really good to stream, just because the games usually last about 2 to 3 hours, especially if I'm going to go for all planets. So I expect to run off that very soon, especially when this game is coming up to the end now. I mean, we're very close to a release. Nate said it himself. It's just got to sort out the final boss and a few other things. But there it is, guys, Cosmochoria, another good update. Thought I'd take a look at the bosses today. And there they are, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.